Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. So we're going to be doing a Korean nail supply haul because recently Sweetie Nail Supply had a promotion where they offered free shipping to the US. So I cleaned out my cart and purchased what I wanted. And then they also gifted me a couple of collections for PR. So since they're all here now, we're going to unbox them together. The first thing I have here is the Moonlit Grove collection, and this is from Show Me Korea. And look at this packaging first of all. It's so pretty, but when you slide it out, this is a swatch card. You would put your swatches on here to store them. It's just cardstock pretty much. And then here are the polishes that you get in the set. Total of 8 shades. And so you'll notice that some of them have gold caps and then other ones have rose gold caps. So the ones that have the gold caps are what I like to call fun finishes. So think of things like glitter polishes or even cat eye polishes. So we're gonna go ahead and take them all out. And then we have the ones with the rose gold caps. Let that one come out. And these are like syrup gel solid colors. So we're gonna go ahead and take them all out. So this is the first one, which is Moonlit Peach. And then you'll see here that it has like sparkles in it. And look how pretty that is, just off of the cap. And all of the caps have preview of the color on them. You can see here that this is like a glittery, shimmery polish. And it does look very similar to the Bella B Swanky collection, also from Show Me Korea. I have used this in a previous video, and then this one is from the Moonlit Grove that we just looked at. So if you compare them next to each other, you'll see that the one in the Swanky collection has blue iridescent like glitters. This one has slightly chunkier glitter particles, and then there is no blue type glitter in there either. It's a white gold, I would say. And you can also see the base of the undertone is not similar. This one is going to be lighter, and then this one is slightly darker, but it's not as peachy as that one here. And then the next one we have is called Golden Silk. And this one to me is more like a true gold. It's not really a yellow gold per se, but it's not a super deep dark gold either. And then the next one we have is Brown Gleam. So this one has a brown base. Next one is Rosy Glow, and this one has a pink undertone, and this is also a cat eye polish. And if you are looking for something to do the glass nail trend, these would be perfect because they have fine magnetic particles in them. Next we have Blue Gray, which is a gray cat eye polish. It's literally a true silver, the most perfect silver color in my opinion. It does have a very, very, very slight blue undertone, like very slight. It's not even that noticeable here on camera, but I can see it. So that's it for the golden caps, and now we're going to move on to the rose gold caps, and these ones are just solid colors. So the first one is called Midnight Blue, and if you for some reason don't like to have the little color caps on this, you can take them off like I just did here. And this one is definitely not a super deep dark blue, but it reminds me of the color of jeans. So it's more like a navy blue. Next up we have Twilight Auburn, which I feel like if I had to guess out of this whole collection what is going to be the most popular for fall, is going to be this one. This red is so pretty. And then the last one in this collection is called Forest Dew, which is a green, as you can imagine. And I actually don't wear greens often, but I like this color because it's not super bright or super dark. It's like right in the middle of what I typically like in a green. And I can see myself wearing this. It's like a true forest green. So that's it for the Moonlit Grove collection. The next collection we have is the Gingerbread collection. This is another one that is going to be a good collection for fall. So let's go ahead and open everything up. First of all, how cute is this packaging? I'm a sucker for good packaging. So if it has good packaging, it's already gaining some points. This one also comes with a swatch card. I like how it's a gingerbread house. Adorable. And I know when you say gingerbread, I think most of our minds will go to shades of brown, but this has way more than shades of brown. It's more like, you know how you decorate a gingerbread house and it has all these different colors? That's what this vibe is getting. So it's not only your browns, it's a ton of different other colors that are going to be perfect for fall as well. So the first one we have here is called Pumpkin Bread, and it's a red. It's not super dark. It's not like a burgundy. It has an orange undertone to it. Think of more like a tomato red. Next we have, this one is called Red Bean Bread, and this is definitely darker than the first one. And this to me is a deeper red, not exactly burgundy, but close enough to it. The next shade here looks more like a tan, and this is going to be a good color for a base, especially because it has that peach-like undertones to it. And then this one is an interesting green color, but let me tell you, when I opened it, I actually fell in love with it. I think this is so pretty of a green. It's quite interesting of a color, but I like it. I mean, it's unique in the sense where it's looks like a yellow green mix. And I know it's probably not the traditional green that most people would probably reach for, but I think it's really pretty. And this one is also a green, but it's going to be darker than the first one. I actually like this one as well. I'm noticing that I really like unique colors that aren't just your typical colors that we're used to seeing. And those two definitely fit the bill for that. Okay, so I know when you see this, you might think, how does this fit in for fall? It definitely gives me spring. But when you open this, you can see that it is more like a blue gray. It has just enough gray to not be super dark and be fall/winter season passing. But it has enough blue to give it some uniqueness, but not enough blue to make it a full spring shade. I honestly feel like you could wear this one year round. Pretty versatile. And then we have this shade here. This is definitely what I would consider to be a lilac shade. And this is another one that has just enough gray in it to make it passable for fall, even winter. And then now we have some pinks. Okay, and I'm gonna give you guys a throwback here because when I first saw this, I was like, this is Barney purple and I love it. I never thought to put it on the nail. I will now though, because I like the way this looks. And then now we have some pinks. This one is like a magenta in my opinion. And then the last shade we have is another pink, and this is a softer pink than what we just seen. I like how this collection has a range where you have lighter color and then the darker color. So you have the lighter red and the darker red, for example, and then the lighter pinks and then the darker pinks, even with the range of greens that I feel like I really like them. So that's it for the gingerbread collection. So I got a new peel off base gel. This one here is from Diami, and I will be adding this to the upcoming peel off base coat test and review video. So I did pick this one up, but I will show you the consistency of it now. It has definitely a medium viscosity. It's not super liquidy, which is my preference when it comes to gel polishes such as base coats and top gels. So I'm excited to see how this one holds up. So we'll see how it goes. And I also got the Diami Feel So Good base gel, and I'm going to be using this to apply extensions. I have seen really good reviews on this, and people talk about this a lot and say that it has great retention. So I will be testing this one out in an upcoming video as well. This one to me is slightly thicker than the peel off base gel. So I already know I'm going to really like this. It's just going to boil down to the retention. It does have that same consistency as my other favorite, which is the Yogo Zombie base gel. It feels the same in thickness, so I know I'm going to like it. So can't wait to try that out. But next I have two new shades. These are from Doughy by Nail Bio. And the first one we have here is Nudie Blossom. I love how it has the bow right on the polish. I think that is adorable. I really like this color. It is not super peachy. It's not super brown based either, but it's right in the middle of that. And it may seem like it would be a little dark, but it's actually not. Let's go ahead and look at Nudie Mauve as well. This one is in the name. It's a true mauve-y shade. Another one from Doughy is the multi-white gel. And this comes with a thing that you can attach on it so you can know the color. So let's get a thin liner brush and get this out of the container. Ooh, this is nice and thick. So this is supposed to be able to be used with chrome. So like for chrome isolation and things like that. And look how thick that is. I can't wait to test this out. I'm gonna put this on the little card that it came with. We're just gonna swatch it. I'm just using a very thin liner brush. Okay, so I just popped the little swatch into the lamp. So I'm gonna put this little piece of tape here and pop that right on there. Okay, so now we have the little white swatch here. Next thing I grabbed was the DVOK Zero Matte Top Gel. And you can use this for isolated chrome designs. So I decided to pick this up literally just for that because I definitely want something that makes my life easier when it comes to isolated chrome designs because I do like them, but I stray away from them because it's a lot of work. This is not super thin and runny, but it also is not thick at all. It's a good consistency that I personally would like to see in a matte top coat. I don't like my matte top coats to be super thick like I like my glossy top coats. So I just applied Nudie Blossom to this extension tip here. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the DVOK Zero Matte Top Gel. And I like how this glides on. The one thing about matte top coats is you don't want them to be super streaky. I also don't like mine to be very thick because sometimes when they cure, they'll be lumpy. So I personally like my matte top gels to have a consistency just like this so that they cure appropriately. This one is not as thick as the DVOK enamel top if you've used that. So let's go ahead and cure this. We're going to test out the matte top coat to see how it works with chrome, but I'm going to be using the Doughy multi-white that we unboxed a little bit earlier. So we're going to do like a little isolated design with this. So this is Doughy Nudie Blossom plus the DVOK Zero Matte together. So now I'm going to be taking the Doughy multi-white here and using it to do just a simple outline. So I'm just going to get a thin liner brush. Now I'm going to go in with some gold chrome that I have here. Now I'm going to take my big fluffy brush here and see if I can dust all this away. Okay, so you can see that first of all, on the doughy nudie white, the chrome did stick to it very easily. So definitely recommend that for pre-chrome application if you're going to be doing isolated designs. And then you can see I was able to sweep away the excess chrome with my big brush. There were areas where I used the cosmetic wedge, I did push a little too hard to get the chrome on there. So exactly in that area where I did that, so on this side you'll see that there is a little bit of chrome left behind, but on this side you can see all the chrome is gone. So my recommendation would be, yes, this absolutely does work for isolated chrome designs. However, when you're applying the chrome, if you're going to be using something like a cosmetic wedge, make sure not to apply too much pressure onto it. Just glide it on there and it'll stick, and you can easily dust everything away. And yeah, so that definitely worked for what I wanted it for. I saved this one for last because I am the most excited for this because I've been wanting this product for a while, but I kept holding off on it because I'm like, do you really need that? But yes, I do. And I only got one just so I can try it out since it's my first time. But this is the infamous Crazy Top. And they do have multiple versions of this. So they have a soft, standard, and thick. I decided to pick up the standard, and I was going back and forth between this one and the thick. And I wholeheartedly regret not getting the thick now. And I knew that was going to happen. So I definitely want to pick up the thick version next. So I will do that. Here it is. This is the standard one, and it's supposed to be good for a top gel. It does have the protective layer here. I'm going to use a tweezer to get this off. Look at how clear it is. And as it runs back into the container, so it's not super thick, which is why I picked it up, because I did want a top gel form of this. And the thick one, a lot of people like to use for 3D designs. So I was like, I don't do that many 3D designs. I probably should get the standard version. And now I'm like, I need the thick. So because I literally just bought this Crazy Top, I don't want to get glitter in it already. So what I'm going to do is get a little bit off of the cap here, and then we're going to use this as a top gel. I saw when I first was looking at this product, some people said that this was really thick in their opinion. I would say that I don't find it to be that thick, to the point where it was a learning curve. I think because I like the higher viscosity gels as top coats already, it just feels a little natural to use. But I won't say it's like unmanageable to use with a brush. Okay, so I'm letting it self-level a bit, and then you can see it's very shiny. The thing about doing chrome designs, anytime you put on a top coat that has to pull at it, it could sometimes drag the chrome into the other areas. So don't mind that. That's simply because we apply a top coat with the brush, and it's hard not to accidentally drag chrome particles down. So don't think too much into that. Okay, so this is what the top gel looks like. Nice and smooth, super glossy, very nice. So I'm super excited. Definitely going to be picking up the Crazy Top Thick because I want it now. So I'm going to grab that. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know in the comments which product you want me to use in the next nail tutorial. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do so on your way out. But in the meantime, I will be seeing you in one of these videos here.